make this make sound today. So it's not... You guys getting this, or is that just me? Maybe I closed the window. Hey guys. Sound good? Yes, no. That was my fishing setup, as you can tell by the maxed out sound meter for fishing and fishing only. Oh, I like ambient sounds. There's like birds and crickets and stuff. Sometimes I try to put on nature sounds, like just while I'm working and stuff, and it's just like nice crickets, and then it's a nice river, and then there's cows, and I don't know how to get them out of my playlist. I mean, I'm sure they're nice cows. Okay, I'm hearing it. Starting to write it 3GG. Oh gosh. How you guys doing? Your priest looks scary. Doesn't she look magnificent? Isn't she wonderful? She's just such a beautiful specimen of whatever it is that she is. Hazel, thanks, Flashes. Now, how you guys doing? You inspire me to make a gnome character. He's a mage. His name is Merlin. I approve. Appreciate it. Max level my fishing inscription. Nice. And herbalism. That's the good one. That's where the good stuff's at. So I want to... Hang on. I'm going to get all my apparatus on. I wear a lot of stuff. I've noticed that if I'm streaming or like working, I wear a lot of stuff. And then when I go to bed, I wear a lot of stuff. Like at the desk, you've got like the slippers that are for just at the desk. And then you've got like the glasses. And then you've got the headphones. And usually like an extra cup of tea. And then like at bed, I've got like earplugs and an eye mask. And the dentist wants me to wear a mouth guard now. And then there's like hand things that I don't wear anymore, but I probably should. And it's like, just wrap me up in like a sci-fi pod. I won't even go to bed anymore. I'll have to have somebody just turn me off. Just put me back in the pod, switch off until my battery's recharged. Hey Burbs, that Baleen, how you been? Completed the war campaign. I want those Maghar orcs, but I don't know what class to play. I feel like Maghar make really good melee, like an enhancement shaman, like a male melee, like an enhancement shaman or like a survival hunter. I feel like that would look real good. Nice tentacles, man. Thanks, man. Have you figured out your BlizzCon meetup plans? My plan is to wing it, because I don't know. I've never been. I can't, like, I have nothing to base this off of. I have no experience to really use as a starting point. So my plan is to go, and if you see me, come say hi, assuming that I'm not, like, currently eating or, you know, what else would I be doing? Sleeping. I don't know. Oh man, okay, so about today's stream, I was gonna do Trial of Style on stream. You can see it in the stream title, you can see it in the description. I was filming the vlog a minute ago, and that's not up yet, but it will be, I promise. I recorded it. I'll put that out. I'll get that edited out after the stream, but I was recording the vlog, and I was talking about the Trial of Style, and it was like, and new this year is, and I like looked, and there's nothing new. There's no new sets. They just didn't add anything new. So like, why am I even doing it? So I figure maybe I do one. Because in previous Trial of Styles, I've queued on every armor type. I've picked a different alt of every armor type, and then queued until I got enough tokens to get the set on every armor type. And now there's no set, so, I mean, it opens up our time for doing other stuff. We have, I could do island expeditions. I haven't done any island expeditions yet this week, so there's that. Could always do more dungeons. We could always do, I feel like there's other stuff. Oh, no, you know what was that? You know what I was having so much fun with? Okay, so, forget dungeons. I don't want to do dungeons. We could do island expeditions. We could, I'll queue for one Trial of Style. You know, we'll do one. I'll queue for one right now. Ooh. What's the bonus thing? Is it any good? Golden augment runes. I miss when they used to put pets in that. That was the good days. Okay, so, how do I, oh no, I have to go to a Transmog NPC, that's right. I'm gonna need some tea for today. You inspired me to try tea. I have no idea what I'm doing. That is perfectly okay. Totally fine. Tweet when you go various places and want people to come up to you. That's probably a good idea. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, like, look at what other people, like other WoW YouTubers do, and then just do that. I'm just gonna copy people because they probably know what's going on. I just, like, I'd hate to, I just don't want to get in anybody's way, you know? Like, I don't want to have a thing happen or do a thing or plan a thing and have it be like in somebody's way. That's like my life's greatest fear, is being in other people's way. Grocery stores terrify me. So I really just don't want it to be a problem. That's all. We will stalk you in the best possible way. Not added to trial of style was lame. I kind of get it. Like, there's a lot going on right now. I'm sure everybody's busy, and that it just didn't end up happening, and that it's a fairly innocuous thing to cut. I can totally understand letting some things go for the sake of everybody, you know, keeping more important things done, but it is a little bit of a bummer. No idea how Trial of Style works. I'm happy I caught the stream. We will do a Trial of Style tutorial. So to queue up for Trial of Style, see a Transmog NPC anywhere, doesn't matter where, and tell them that you want to participate, and that's going to queue you up. And there will be some themes. You have a little bit of time to create a Transmog set in the instance according to those themes, and then there's voting within the people in the group to decide who has the best ones. Blissful Pie, thanks for the super chat. Any plans of making an updated TSM guide to start using the auction house would be really helpful when selling my herbs. Stay awesome. Why, thank you. Yes, I will be making an updated TSM guide. It will be coming after raid guides are finished. It will be a series like the last ones because it's just too much to cover in one video. So, and I'm basically going to be remaking all of the videos again. So there'll be like a beginner's guide and then crafting and selling and mailing and all that. Hopefully mailing works by the time I get around to doing the video, whoa. But I will be doing them, but not yet, and it might take a bit. And I also might not do them consecutively, like I might do the first couple and then make like a different kind of video, just like one or two sprinkled in there. Also, Wednesday is not a grade guide or a TSM guide. Wednesday is a merch reveal. I'm going to BlizzCon. You should tweet me, and I want to meet your friends, and you can be my friends. What Mythic is hardest? I don't know. I've only done them all once. Okay, so hang on. This is very important. This is crucial. We need to find out the theme, and then we need to Mog ASAP. So what's the theme? What's the theme? This is very competitive. This is esports, and we must take this seriously. I should probably get at it. All right, everyday heroes. All right, well that could be really anything. So you have like your old sets, so you can use those if you set stuff up ahead of time. So these are like, I could try my Tide Sage set. Is that a hero? Everyday heroes. A lot of people wear like Stormwind armor. That's usually a pretty easy one. So what do we even have? What do we even have? Like, if I was well, I'm a gnome, so I have to use that to my advantage. What does a gnome hero look like? Does she wear a hat? If I'm gonna be like a pirate, then I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear that. Oh, okay. So I need a fancier pirate shirt. Oh, that's actually not bad. That's kind of like a Kulturan, or a 7th Legion like navy kind of look. Do we have anything else that looks navy-ish? Actually, I should work on the staff. Transmog feeds are free while you're in here, so that's nice. That one kind of works. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. I really hate hair or hats that cover my hair, but this one's kind of important to the look. Is there anything better for my naval officer gnome look? It's got to be like blue and gold. The gold's got to be real prominent. Cheap Coffee, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate the support. Oh, what about this one? Yeah, I'll take it. I'll wear that. I feel like the belt could use help. I feel like there are cooler gold and blue belts. That one's almost, that's a cool belt. I don't think that's the one though. Is that the one? It's gonna clip into the armor, but sure, why not? No, boots are important. Is this really it? Is this really my life? This is a really boring staff. I only have 30 seconds left. Naval, cool, naval, wow. Oh, might be a little too Vashiri. As much as I would love to, that's not exactly, like, that's a different Transmog set. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go with what I have. Alright, we'll try that. Okay. I'm race changing from Undead to Pandarn. Okay, so you gotta vote, so you've got your 2 buttons to switch between the 2 of them, and then you have a button to vote for which one you're looking at. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm into it, so I'm voting for dude with the hat. Stream sound's always kind of low. I think it depends on which way I'm facing. My mic is cardioid, so it's picking me up very well when I'm speaking like this. I don't think either of these are really heroes. I think that's going for something else. I mean, I guess that might be a hero of, like, the Scourge. You know, we never said whose hero. So this is me. I'm gonna wave, and I'm going to cheer. You can also do other emotes, so if you want to dance, you can. If you want to, like, flex, you can flex. You just have to, like, type them out. These are just, like, keybound emotes that they have. Thanks for the super chat. Suniva? Stubborn Finoy. I'm probably butchered your name, but I really appreciate the support. Thanks. Put it all white and say it's a nurse. Hate Mythic Storm. Transmog's free the entire week everywhere. Oh, that's right. That's right. I do a little bit miss my, train. I kind of miss, I'm really, being derailed mentally by emoting. Okay, so there's that one. Yeah. The Stormwind Tavern's a little bit of an easy one. When are we going to get more gold from champion missions? That's a great question. I don't know. Maybe there never will be. Maybe they learned their lesson and decided not to just pour gold into the economy that way. It'll be interesting if it turns out that there's actually just flat out less gold going in to the game in BfA than there has been in the past, and if gold actually deflates once people get through their stockpiles. I would be surprised if that was the case, but could happen. You know, weirder things have happened. I kind of like this one. You know, that is an everyday hero. You know who that is? That is like a NPC at Duskwood. Like, were they the Dusk Watch? What were they called? There's like a NPC faction of people that protect the Duskwood area from vampires. Oh, we've lusted. All right, well we're on cooldown now. That's fine. I do very much enjoy this one though. I hope that guy wins something. How you doing today, Hazel? Hey, Gia. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't been moving very quickly today. I'm having one of those days where I'm just not really all here, and I'm trying my best to get things done, but it just takes like 5 times as long, which is why the vlog's not out yet. Okay, so it's podium time, it's gonna be a third, so third is my favorite. Alright, well at least keep place, that's good. And then up second. Oh, it's me! I'm second, whoa! I will take it. I will take it. Gnomes often don't even get on the podium, so this is a very special day. I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my guild leader for always believing in me. Hey Hazel, congrats on your ashes. Good for you. Have you decided what's next? Yeah, and actually, so this is over. We can leave this now. So that was one of the things that we could have done on stream today or we could still do on stream today, because I don't really want to do any more trial style, because honestly, there's nothing to get for it, and I'm a very reward-driven WoW player. Who isn't? Like, I have all the stuff already, although this is a fire set, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so the next mount after Ash, sorry, it's gonna be happening a lot in today's stream. We're just gonna drink some tea and get through it. After Ashes is the Throne of the Four Wind, Drake of the East, South, West, Drake of the whatever wind, Drake of the, it's got, yeah, Southwind. All right, Southwind. We're looking for that one, and I actually, because for both Ashes and for the Lich King, I finally got the mount on the same week that I like moved all of my characters out to the entrance and got them all set up in a way that had less travel time. So like the week that I actually moved them all, I got the mount both times. So this time I preempted that, and I preemptively moved all of my alts out to Oldham and set their hearthstones at I'll show you where it is. I guess I still haven't moved that one. I set their hearthstones to like the hovel. I think that's the fastest place. Any tips for someone interested in trying a tank class? but worried about it, having some serious tank anxiety. I think the tank anxiety is very normal. As far as tips, I would just say start small. Start with like the lowest risk per se, like just start with, leveling dungeons and whatnot. And if you're at 120, even if you're over geared for it, start with normal dungeons, start with LFR, like start with the easiest, LFR's not out yet, obviously, but start with the easiest version of the content until you're confident that you're familiar with what the NPCs do, what the bosses do, what your job is. And I find that's something that helps me with my anxiety, is just making sure that I know what my role is. Like, once I know what I'm supposed to do, and I know that I can do it, then everything else that goes wrong is just like up to the universe, and I can't stress out about it too much. But I find I have a lot more anxiety if I think that things might be expected of me that I'm not up to date on. So doing research helps me sometimes alleviate anxiety. So I moved all my dudes out here, with the intent that it's a pretty close flight to the Throne of the Four Winds from here. They're getting rested XP inside this thing. The Hearthstones are all out here so that I can just Hearth out of the raid. And because I moved everybody right away, that means that I'm totally 100% getting that mount on Tuesday. But I actually haven't killed it this week either, because this week we did Ashes, and we got Ashes to drop on Tuesday. So I actually never killed Throne of the Four Winds. So we could do that on stream if we wanted to do like double mount farming streams. For now, I figure we can get into maybe 1 or 2 island expeditions, maybe just one. I'm not feeling like doing a whole lot of any one thing, but you know what I was really having fun with a week or two ago? I was having so much fun at the end of that stream. I don't even remember when it was, but we went looking for pets, and we were looking for a rare bee. And I was like finishing every fight and like leveling up my crab dude incorrectly, by the way. You have to, if you're starting a pet battle with your leveling pet in your first slot, it must take a turn. It's only if it comes in later that you can swap it right away. I was doing it wrong. But yeah, I was leveling my Scuttle bro. I was leveling Mr. Scuttle over here, while also farming for wild pets. And that was really fun, because that's something I've been wanting to do, but just haven't really been able to take time to do. And stream seems like a good time to do that. So I'm gonna do 1 island expedition group. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a pet. I heard, and I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the drop rate was increased this week. So what I'm gonna do is, it's just gonna be a normal level island expedition. It should go a little faster than last time because I have more gear. I'm at 336 now. I did a bunch of Mythic Zeros with I did 1 set of Mythic Zeros with my guild. So I got some gear from that. I'm gonna drink a little bit of tea first though. I've got a little bit of a caffeine headache. Not allowed to attend your mouth streams anymore. Oh no. Zeneva, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy your emotes and your new icon. Did you get the waste of time? No, it sounds like a big waste of time. Now, it looks like a cool belt, but that's very low on my list of things to do right now. I started playing WoW non-casually about 3 months ago. Got my Lucid Nightmare mount today. Was so excited. Grats! That one is so much fun. Tank's job is to yell at DPS who stand in fire. That's the healer's job. The tank's job is to yell at people that pull stuff. If they shouldn't pull it. I guess everybody can participate. I mean, I don't really... I feel like people that stand in fire know they're standing in fire, and if they didn't know, then you telling them is not going to help. So I usually just let them die, and then they either figure it out or they don't. I take a very hands-off approach to that. Made it to a stream. Hello. Hey, Kyle. How are you doing? Every time I miss a mount stream, you get invincible and then ashes. You know, it's just the way the universe works. You are, of course, most welcome at any of the mount streams. So I'm going to go in pre-made groups, Island Expeditions, start a group, name is Hi, I'm Hazel, first 2 people to apply. We're just going to do one, and on normal, it's going to be like the easiest one. No big deal, I'm just going to run in and pull stuff and hopefully kill it. I've been using a different spec. I've been using the Dark Ascension spec with Dark Void, which seems to be better lately. So that's maybe that'll work out for us. I've done 30 plus. I only got rep tokens as a mount farmer. That sucks. That does suck. Trying new style Shadow Priest. Yeah, so it's basically the 2 quote-unquote styles, and I don't know if it's really styles, but like, it's basically Legacy of the Void versus Dark Ascension. They're fairly close damage-wise. Here we go. Legacy of the Void gets you into more frequent Void forms, whereas Dark Ascension gives you more flexibility with them, kind of. And then I was using Misery, and that's not a stylistic choice. That was just wrong. Dark Void seems to be better in almost every situation. Okay, so I'm going to queue us up. Hey, kitty. I didn't think you were gonna wake up. She was passed out napping on the bed all day. And it was no fair, because I couldn't come nap with you. And you looked so comfy. Hi. Hey. How you doing? This is my cat. If anybody's new here. Her name's Kira. She's a good kitty. Doing World Quest while listening to your stream. Hello, Hazel. Hey, Kelly. I'm so disappointed there were new mods from Trial of Style. Same. Yeah. Same. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. So we got Azure straight ahead. We got like a nice little route ahead of us. Oh, I got some new tea. 10 seconds. Oh, am I using... I like this. I like the 10% or the 20% damage buff item. It seems worth it for doubloons. I didn't actually look at what she sells. Detects all sources. That seems good. I feel like I feel like they either buffed the items or... yeah, we can do this. So basically, the way this works is you start with Dark Void, fire for Mindbender, and then your Shadow Crash is the order of that. I'm gonna put my Dark Ascension on instead of my fishing button. We don't need that for now, but start with those ones, and then your next highest priority is your Void Eruption. You can use that directly. You can also use Dark Ascension. You can use both if you want like a really big double bang of AoE damage. There's lots of good stuff. Oh, this is a rare. That'll give us a little bit of stuff. So I was just spending way too much time putting up my dots, and I still kind of am, when that's not necessarily what you want to do. So you don't even have to be out of Void form in order to use Dark Ascension. Obviously, if you're like getting high up in Void form, you think you're going to be able to keep it, then that's a bit of a waste to reset it. But it's just sort of an on-demand, fresh one to reduce your downtime. Kind of fun. I'm not explaining it very well. All of the info that I ever get, I've learned from Warcraft Priest. That is my recommended source of Priest info. Previously How To Priest, but they changed it because they wanted me to have to type longer before my browser stopped recommending Warcraft pets. So we can go... Oh, did somebody use the item that shows you where the stuff is? Is that why I can see it all on the map? Is that what's going on here? Okay, so we've got a bunch of stuff. So Dark Void puts dots on everything. And then Shadow Crash does damage to everything. I can't Ascension yet, but that's okay. It looks like we've got enough damage. Also remembering to, and this isn't specific to this playstyle, but just in general remembering to Mind Sear instead of Mind Flay on 3 targets. I believe it replaces some other things with more targets. There's a lot of situations where I wasn't Mind Searing where I should have been. And staying on top of that is pretty good. And another parrot. What kind of a name is Corpse Harvest for a parrot? Goodness, a little dark. I hear a Guilty Tank got Octopode Fry. I'm excited for the moment that I find one of my first baby octopus pets, because that's going to be a good one. I have this quivering sack. I briefly took alchemy. I've been experiencing a bit of an identity crisis in regards to my professions. I don't know what I want. So I've, for now, just settled on having herbalism and then mining. And I know the mining is temporary, but just like, as long as I couldn't figure out what it is that I wanted to even use, seemed to work out. A magma giant? I guess this is a new island because I haven't done them this week yet, so that was a little bit new. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the octopus thing. Yeah, so the, when I did have alchemy, I briefly had alchemy, and I made myself the transmute meat to pet, which gives you the quivering sack. After another 3 days, it'll turn into something. I'm sure it's not guaranteed to be a pet, but there are a couple of pets it could be, and I think one of those is like a baby octopus, so maybe I'll get really lucky. But I can't make myself any more of them because I don't have alchemy anymore. I may, like, eventually I'm probably going to go back to either enchanting or alchemy, I just don't know which one. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? There's like a bunch of stuff over here. Kind of gather up some of this stuff. My character just gave me a sound line, like an error message, and it sounded an awful lot like a male something. It did not sound like a female gnome. Hi Hazel, hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, how you doing? The Demolisher you come out with doubloons is super overpowered. What are your thoughts on Discipline for 8.0? I am underinformed. I have not really ever been a disc priest, so I don't keep up with what's been going on. I've heard good things about it from other people. I've heard some other people being quite excited about it. Oh, this should be good. I am a little sad that my kitty is being real cute in an angle that's like just under the camera. Dis is great in 8.0. Hazel hates Dis though. I wouldn't say I hate it. It's just some things you gotta let go of. You can't do everything. I have never in my life skateboarded. Does that mean I hate skateboards? No, I just like having skin on my knees. Long time viewer, but first time live. Welcome, Aaron. No luck with the alchemy sacks yet. Hoping my third one has the octopus or one of the other rares. Because I hadn't opened them yet, I was kind of hoping that the drop rate would be pretty good on them, and that's sucks that it's not, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Have you tried Mind Bomb? No, I haven't. I prefer, generally speaking, Last Word, because I feel like I end up using kicks way more, and even with Last Word, I feel like I don't have silence up often enough, so I prefer to have it as often as I can. But I know it does have use somewhere. Hazel's live, great way to start the weekend. I must say I love your TBM voice pack. Why, thank you. I'm glad it's working out for you. Waiting to get exalted with Argesian Reach to make a Warlock, male Void Elf, and a female Shadow Priest. Void Elf Shadow Priest is just like the most... Void Elf Shadow classes in general are really nice. They just, you know, you're just doubling up on all the purple stuff. Extras. Jennifer, thanks for the super chat. Love you and your content. I appreciate that. My quivering sack turned into a chicken. Oh no. Okay, which way do we want to head? We need like another 2k this. My, oh no, I have been turned into a, my appearance has been swapped. Somebody prismatic reflection me. That's why my error message wasn't a gnome. It's because I'm currently a male void elf. Hazel, how's your Friday going? Hello. Friday's going alright. I could use a nap, but I don't think it's in the carts. Oh, there's like a bunch of, Azeroth over here. Also like a pair of hers. So, a little bit at a time. Don't need to pull everything.
I need to target something first.
And, I'm gonna pop my Void Eruption, or my Vampiric Embrace, and then Dark Ascension to Void Erupt, because that does a fairly good amount of AoE healing. Especially when you have like a bunch of tires. Okay, so the Horde found us. I'm going to fear him. And sneaky peeks here. Are you going to be making pet pedal guides for BfA? I do plan on it. It's gonna be a minute though. I've got raid guides to finish first, and then TSM guides, and both of those things take a little bit of time. So can I dispel that? Yes, I can. There we go. That'll help. Making so much auctionist money with herbalism and mining, I don't really want to give that up. Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling exactly the same way. Like, it's one of those things where, it's not, the prices for gathered mats aren't going to be this strong forever. They're probably going to continue to be pretty good, but they're not, like, they're a special kind of high right now because everybody's leveling their professions and people are excited to be crafting stuff and people need a lot of, consumables for the opening of the raid, so we've got really high prices on not only herbs and mining stuff, but fish. Fish are selling pretty well as well. So right now, I'm perfectly happy to just gather and sell stuff straight up. I don't really need to worry about crafting yet. Later on, probably. Hazel, when did your race change to Void Elf now? I think I'm back now. I think I'm back. So it said that there was a little thingy up here. I wonder what it was. Is it this? Is it this wooden strongbox? Is this the dream? Man. Do you use Misery or is it just me? I was using Misery. I found out that Dark Void seems to do more damage, and if you don't get all your vampiric touches up, that's probably okay. In a lot of situations. Are we doing the Horde again? Here they are. I'm surprised that there aren't more teams. I kind of thought when they were talking about island expeditions on, like, throughout the beta and whatnot, it sounded like there was going to be all sorts of different styles of NPCs you can fight against. And so far, maybe they'll add more later, but so far I've only really experienced these guys, the Tauren, and then the Blood Elf guys. And they don't seem to behave that differently. But then again, I've only been doing the normal ones, so maybe it gets a lot different. Maybe it gets more varied and, wow, I can't words today. Maybe it's different at higher difficulties. I'm stuck behind a tree. That sums up my day. Made so much money off Inscription in the first 2 weeks. Selling like contracts or other stuff. Are you happy with how Shadow Priest plays currently? I am. I've been having a lot of fun. It's a little early to make a final decision. Also, thank you to my Island Expedition buddies for running that one with me. I think I'm just gonna do the one. I think I want to do the pet thing now. So, I wanna find a bee. I want to go find myself a nice rare bee. Also, can we show the cat? We can show the top of the cat. There we go. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to raid on Tuesday, because hopefully at that point I've done the raid guides that I'm going to do, or at least almost all of them, so that I can have that behind me in my life, but also because I'll be able to tell. Like, I really like how Shadowproof plays right now in world content and in dungeons, because we're pretty strong at Burst Cleave AoE, our Void Eruption, Dark Ascension, Shadow Crash, you know, Dark Void, and Mindseer. You've got lots of tools now. Like, they almost overcompensated in giving us tools to deal with Burst AoE, so I've been doing great in dungeons. Well, fine. I'm sure other Shadowproofs are doing better, but I've been doing fine in dungeons. But a lot of that doesn't necessarily translate to single target, like, raid boss encounters, so I'm interested to see how that ends up evening out. Finally off work for a live stream. Welcome, Zentalia. I hope you had a great work day. 50k and it feels bad. That is an excellent start. That is a great start. I've been doing pretty good selling Midnight Salmon. Like, what I've been doing is I've been sort of editing and working on, not so much while I'm editing, but if I'm like writing a script or getting images or whatever, there's some things that I do for raid guides that I can do while fishing. So as long as it's after 6:30, it seems like 6:30 server time onwards in the evenings is when the Midnight Salmon drop rate increases from like 1% to like 3 to 5%, according to a post that somebody did on Wowhead. And that seems to line up with what I do. So I can just fish and pull up all these salmon, as well as like other fish that sell pretty well. Like right now, Redtail Loach, which is an inland Zandalar fish, have been selling for like 70 to 80 gold each. Adds up. It's nice. And then you can take that money and you can invest it in stuff. I flipped my very first BoE epic of the expansion. I was so excited. I was so relieved that somebody bought it. I spent 125k on a pair of purple pants that I projected. I was guessing I could sell them for more based on the data, but then I bought them. I was like, what if this was a really dumb idea and that everything's just like really volatile right now because it's early expansion, you know, this and that. Like, maybe this was really dumb and I just wasted 125k, but then I sold them. And that felt really good. It's been a while since I used to make most of my gold from flipping epics, and it's nice to realize that it can still happen. I have the honeybee and bumbles. Nice. I don't, so I have, what we're looking for out here, like right now I'm just getting distracted by a world quest, which is my life, but I have a honeybee, and it's a nice honeybee, but it's only a green honeybee. And I have decided, for whatever reason, that I want to go real organic with my BfA pet collecting. In past expansions, like in Legion, I would just get the first wild pet of every kind that I found, and then I would just use stones to upgrade it, and that would be the end of that. And this time around, I actually am having fun searching for rares, and using those fights that I'm doing while searching for rares to level up my existing pets manually, and also... oh no, that's it. Just leveling up pets while searching for rares. So that's kind of what I'm out here to do once I get my world quest done, because this is going to give me 89 gold and every bit counts. We're trying to save up for a Brutosaur over here. Holding it for talent changes. Was getting 2 Midnight Salmon per pool last night. I have not been pool fishing. I don't, like, of the pools that I have fished, it doesn't seem like it's better. And because there's no trash fish, and I guess if you're getting 2 Midnight Salmon per pool, but I've just been plunking myself in a spot and just doing open water fishing. Fish cam. We do have a fish cam today. We have the Fleta, the beta cam out there. You guys might notice I took out his floating plants. They were just not doing good. I don't know if it's because of the lid on the aquarium, if the condensation from the top was rotting out the plants, and I have to have a lid on that aquarium. There's a snail that has already escaped once, and bettas jump. And I've lost a betta to jumping before in my life, so I'm always going to have lids in his aquarium, but... that could have been it, or we had a bit of an algae problem that's more or less cleaned up now, but I think the algae was like covering the roots of the floating plants and making it hard for them to live their lives, because they were just kind of melting. I got an epic purple shirt from a black market container. Don't know whether to be happy or sad. I mean, you have it now. That's part of your appearance collection forever. Nobody's ever going to be able to take that away from you. First time fishing in BfA. First catch was a midnight salmon. Am I quiet? I can turn up. Here. I can... There we go. Hello! Echo! There's no echo. I could probably set that up one day. One thing at a time, but I would dig, like... I like the look of those Elgato stream decks, but I don't need one for different scenes because I don't have like a fancy stream that has all sorts of different things that I show you guys. But what would be fun is like a soundboard with like, I mean, not that I would use it either. I don't need any of these things, but like with effects, you know, if I had like a special announcement, I could like add just unnecessary amounts of reverb. I think that would be fun. I've been standing in fire. I'm gonna buff myself, eat some of this honey haunch that I can't sell to save my life, but it's okay because I like crit. Oh gosh. Kitty help. This is such a comfy cat. I'm gonna have to do a lot of fishing to get the, look at the cat, to get the Brutosaur mount. I know. I get so excited about how much gold I'm making, and then I'm like, well, if I'm selling this fish for 70 gold a fish, how many do I have to catch for a Brutosaur? And then I do the math, and I'm like, oh no. It's like, well, if I was making 10k every day, it would still take like almost 2 years to get this mount. And 10k a day is doable, but that's some time. That's not nothing. If I really want that Brutosaur, I'm going to need to get back into playing the auctionist properly. Behemoth. Oh, I gotta get my war resources, and then we'll start looking for bees. I could easily spend the rest of this stream just drinking tea and looking for bees. That's how long it's gonna take us to get a rare bee. Where to get midnight salmon? They are a rare fish from BfA, from anywhere you can fish. They are more common in after 6:30 p.m. server time. Like, they're more common at night, but they do still drop during the day. And they're used in feasts, and they sell really well for that. I can sell a rare salmon right now, or at least last night I was selling them for 650 gold each. Did you ever figure out how the snails escaped? I mean, they escape by, like, snailing up and out of the tank. I just don't know where. There aren't any obvious... Oh, wow. That bee got me. I've been stung. There aren't any obvious gaps in the lid, but the way that the lid for Fletus tank works, well, in the other aquarium, in the big one, there's an obvious gap where the filter feeds in, and there's no really good way to cover that gap, so that's just, I just have to do a snail count every day and sort of keep an eye on them. But for Fletus tank, that's the real mystery, because there's a lid on it that has little gaps around the sides, but they don't look like they would fit, and it's like, you know, cats can kind of fit through. Oh, speaking of which, I want to give you a hug before you go. Come here. Come here. I need a hug. Thank you. Okay, you can go. You know, cats can fit through, like, all sorts of teeny holes because they're, like, noodles. They just, like, squirm their way through it. They, like, their bones actually, I think, move. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, but I tagged him. We're good. Revenge! But snails have shells, and there's really no two ways to squeeze a snail shell. It's a rigid shell. There's, like, how does he squeeze it? He doesn't. It's not a squishy. Okay, do you have a week page or FAQ with your tea recommendations? No, I should really make one day. I don't have anything like that. The giant bee flying mount, kind of. The flying mount of the Flightmaster where you are. Do you think it's the data mined one? I think it would be silly for them to not add an actual obtainable bee mount at some point in this expansion, seeing as they obviously have one. But I am aware of the bee flying mount from the Flightmaster that you're talking about. I have seen that one around. So I'm gonna find a nice place. I think it was like back closer towards the farm where the actual bee battle pets were. And we're gonna set up our team and get our safari hat on and do some looking around for a nice rare honeybee. So there's some bees. This is a nice place to get my team. So Scuttle is up to level 16. Did I put my hat on my bar? I did. So I got my safari hat on. And the way I like to do this is, I mean, the Nexus Whelpling's a good one. What's another good one? Oh yeah, I'm Grumpy, because he's my collecting one. So Grumpy's got Howl and Super Bark. That will let me, if it is a pet that I want to capture, easily get it to low health, but not below 1 health. I won't kill it. Nexus Whelpling with Arcane Storm Mana Surge just chops through most things. It's not like specifically counter anything, it just chops through a lot of stuff. And then Scuttle here needs some experience. So this time around, when I start the pet battle, and you'd think I would know this by now, I've been doing this for a few years, but I had just forgotten last week. When I start the pet battle, Scuttle needs to actually stay in for a round, which is fine. He's got enough health to do so. So I'm gonna just use Shell Shield and then swap over. And I don't see any rare pets that I need, so we're just going to finish this battle with the Nexus Whelpling and get the experience. I woke up to 2 Amana shrimp dead outside the tank. They got some distance too. That really sucks. That really sucks. I've seen, I watched, and there was just a new episode today. A YouTuber called Foo the Flowerhorn does a series on this 5-gallon tank. I've talked about it before. There's a new episode this morning. And in not this week, but in the past, he has lost a mono shrimp, and it's always really sad seeing them dead, because they're, you know, you've like kept up with them for so long. I've never had a monos. I had cherry shrimp briefly. Everything was going great with those until the shrimp tank started leaking, and I had to emergency transplant the snails and the shrimp into the big fish tank that included a honey gourami, and that honey gourami ate the heck out of the shrimp. She got kind of fat. There's the dog cam. We got a fish cam today. We mix it up. It's not the same every time. Hey Hazel, longtime viewer, love the live streams. Really needed after a bad day. I hope things will look up for you. When can we fly? Not yet. But if you do your Pathfinder Part 1, you'll be able to be faster on your ground mount for a bit, or forever. So you get like your Explorer achievement. That's one of the things that's kind of on my list of things to do, but it's just kind of falling by the wayside. So Pathfinder Battle for Azeroth Pathfinder Part 1. So if you do a bunch of world quests, and then you explore everywhere, you do your world campaign, you get exalted with the reputations, and you do your like your lore master achievement, basically. That will get you going faster in your grand mount, which is kind of nice. So I don't need to use a bandage yet. I'm just gonna go one by one through all of these. The bot ignores me. Oh no. I had to remove 2 of my aquariums today. It's a pain even when it's from one room to another. Yeah. I am really not looking forward to the day that I have to move from this apartment. Like, I'm really looking forward to it, like, because hopefully I move from this apartment into a house. I'm going to be heartbroken if I have to move from this apartment into another apartment. That's just not the life I want to live. But moving is going to be frustrating with the tanks, and that's why I'm not letting myself get any more. But then, you know, on the other side of it, once I'm set up in a house, then there's nobody to tell me, hopefully. There's nobody to tell me that I can't have, you know, a bigger tank. Nobody to say, Hazel, don't get a big aquarium for some goldfish, or like a 75-gallon aquarium just for a big Oscar fish named Inzoth. You know, nobody's going to tell me no. Someone's going to tell me no. Just completed this morning the achieve. Nice. Didn't know you were streaming. I was the hunter at the bee. The rep is the killer. It's one of those things that I feel like is best when you just you don't rush it too much. We're going to get a lot of these things, like the reputation in particular, just from over the course of doing world quests throughout the expansion. So I'm not too stressed about trying to like farm. If I was trying to do all the world quests to farm rep right now, I would be actually dead. There's no way. There's no way I'd be able to keep up with that. My teacup's empty. I'm going to finish this one, which we did. And that gets Scuttle up to level 18. After we finish leveling Scuttle, I have another one. I have my Abyssal Eel. I gave up on trying to sell it. I decided that I should just embrace it and keep it as my buddy so we can level that one next. And then I have 171 pet charms, so I think that's enough it's definitely enough to buy something if I wanted to buy another pet charm one. Hair's looking super cute, thanks. It needs to be redone. I've noticed that like there's parts of it, like in the back, like underneath, the color stays really vivid. And I don't know if that's because, like, when I wash it, the outer part gets washed more thoroughly. Like, you would think that the sun is bleaching it, but I don't spend a lot of time in the sun. I'm gonna get another teacup. I'm gonna put the tea in my cup. I'm gonna be back. Here, have a big fishy. You guys can talk to Floodit. He's got lots to say. There he is. too much tea in my cup, so I gotta take it easy. Oh. I've had enough tea tragedies on my desk. Not gonna try and say that I'm never gonna have another tea tragedy again, but, you know, we try and limit them when we can. Narrate snail is motoring. That one is the fastest one. Oh my gosh, I had the best, I mean, is basically your idea, but like, what if one day, when I've actually just run out of videos to make, what if we have a snail race? Like the one in WoW, but like with snails. Anyways. It will drop midnight salmon. Throw out your fishing poles. He would win. You know those fish that you fish up in WoW that are actually bosses? You would fish up Fleta and he would win. He is a tough boy. He is a mean guy. I think the argan oil is pulling the hair color out more quickly. Might be why your ends are lighter. I haven't been using it that much though. I use it once after I shower. Like after I wash it, it goes in once and I don't really reapply it for the rest of the week. Maybe it's the dry shampoo. That might be it. I can see that happening. It's probably something. I don't really mind. I kind of like the pastel color. It's just funny that like there is some really vibrant color. It's just like back and underneath. If the theme is fins and flippers, they're winning. The fish is too bubbly. He's a pretty bubbly boy. He's been bubble nesting a little bit, not so much recently. Also, my OBS says I might be dropping frames. Hopefully we're okay. If you have not started working the achievement for bubbles, killing the honey blobs, looking for an amulet in the area is how you start it. I actually have no idea what's going on with that. I'm gonna need to do some research. I want to make a couple of videos, both because it's good info to share and also because I'll learn how to do things in the process of making the videos, but like showing stuff like that. What is bubbles? What is this achievement? I don't even know. I missed out on it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and shell shield. That would have been a good one to, so we don't need to catch any of these. We can just finish the thing. Still the same tea? Yeah, I have a whole pot of it. And some of it's on my desk. I have a whole pot of this that I made, so I just refilled. Whenever it's like not the Murloc, I can usually finish it, but I keep it in the kitchen because I added milk to this one. Fleta the boss fish needs a raid to defeat him. Look at him go. He is like such a good, like look how pretty he is. He's like so bright, and he would be so gorgeous if he would just stop biting his tail. I started taking him out when I do like really thorough tank cleanings. Like if I'm just doing a water change and I'm not really getting in there, I'll leave him in there. And previously I was leaving him there for all the tank cleanings because I figured it would stress him out more to be removed than it would be to just let him stay in there. But I noticed that he was always fin biting after a water change. So I've started, I got like these bowls. I got, they're like 1 liter sized bowls, so they're a pretty good size. They like barely fit in the thing, and it's pretty easy to just kind of like gently encourage him into the bowl with your hand, and then I just like put it on my desk while I'm cleaning the tank if I'm like gonna really get in there and shake everything up and make it all cloudy. And I'm hoping that helps. I don't know. So we still looking for a bee. So once we get the bee, once we are blessed with a rare honeybee, I'm gonna need your guys' help naming it. When I had pastel pink hair, I put a little bit of pink hair dye in the conditioner to do a revamp the color from washes. That's a good idea. I am like every time I dye my hair, I am very careful to not stain anything because I'm renting this place. I'm trying to not, stain anything. I can't just make everything purple. And, so I'm like super careful. I wear gloves. I like get bleach and go all out to like sanitize the place after I've dyed it. And I'm hesitant to get out dye in between dyeings because I don't want to have to worry about that every time. A snail made it to the water. I wish my pets were that high level. You know any teas that would help with bad migraines or headaches? Not specifically. Like if it's a caffeine headache, then anything with caffeine. But generally speaking, migraines are... If it could be fixed with a tea, we would probably already know about the tea. Does argan oil work better when hair is wet or dry? I do both. I do a little bit when it's wet, and then I do more when it's dry. When it's dry, though, you just want to be careful to use like very small amounts. I usually work it like all over my hands, and then I'm very gently with my hands go over the frizzy parts of my hair, because if you get too much in it, it's hard to get out. Use shampoo. Yeah, I definitely don't use sulfate my shampoo is sulfate free, and I also only use it once a week. For Bubbles, pet a black bee. Do you like Turkish Delight? I actually don't know what it is. I remember in, like, was it the Narnia books where the kids were talking about it? It was like a dessert, but I don't know what it is. I know you eat it. Fleta could beat Lurker. Hello, by Free Darlings. Apply shampoo only on your scalp, not on the ends. Anyone else getting drop frames? No, my stream's definitely dropping frames. I don't know what it is. It might be the internet. It looks like it's cleared up now. We've dropped 0.8% of our frames so far in the stream. Once you have the amulet, you take it to Boralus, give her the amulet, she'll give you a letter. Okay, so who drops the... Hopefully Scuttles doesn't have to finish this fight on his own. Who is it that drops the amulet? You said the bubbles? The little bubbly dudes? Like the bubbling mead? You should listen to a turtle made it to the water. Oh, I did. It was linked to my guild's Discord. I've heard that one. Take the letter back to the meadery. Unlocks it daily, where you collect items to mix with a potion. Do that daily for 7 days, and the achievement and Bumbles is yours. Interesting. Okay. Hi, Hazel. Happy Friday. Hey, Stephanie. How are you doing? Used to have blue hair. Only wash it for 3 to 4 days in cold water. It helps. Long Island for headaches. Wait, they cause headaches? Oh, no. It's a pretty solid cure for headaches. Any kind of caffeine, tea, or chocolate would improve a headache. It's the flowing honey. Okay, flowing... Oh, water bottle. Flowing honey. Flowing... So, like, the little goo dudes. Yeah, those dudes. What's the drop rate on it? How bad is it? Like, am I going to be here for a long time if I try to do it today? Also, where are my band-aids going? There's some. Oh! RB! This is our B friend. So I'm still going to Shell Shield and then swap because I still want Scuttle to be getting his experience. But this is the B. Why did he lose his own? Oh, it's because his maximum health was just... Okay. So you guys are going to have to help me name the bee. Although, I'm going to need to call at least one of my bee pets Bee-Don't. Because that's... It's the guildie, and he's got a thing for bees. Can you help? I don't know how to look at achievements for titles. So, Y will open up your achievements, and you've got a search thing right up here. So if I wanted to look for an achievement to give me the Talon Queen title, I would just start typing Talon Queen, and it won't help me. Mantle of the Talon King? Yeah, okay, there it is. So just type the name of the title, and it will bring up, hopefully, one of the things. Alternately, Wowhead is generally how I look up most of those things. If you look up the title you're looking for on Wowhead, it'll have not only how to get it, but like some extra tips and info from the comments. Got the amulet after 20 minutes of farming it. Peppermint tea helps open blood vessels. Oh, I didn't know that. Buzz Lightyear. Beelzebub. Buzz Baby. Check out World Quest parties like the old group finder. Only groups with people using it, so we need to spread the word. I've seen that before, and every time I see it, it's got that same like message of... Also, I should be careful not to kill this thing because my super bark's up. Okay, we can start throwing traps. I've been just manually making groups. I would prefer a group finding solution that includes people that don't use the add-on because I feel like then you're more likely to get groups. Like closing off your user base seems unnecessarily limiting. Turkish Delight, or Locum, is a family of confections based on a gel of starch and sugar. Chopped dates, pistachios, hazelnuts, or walnuts bound by the gel. Interesting. Like, I'm sure it's not, but it kind of sounds a little bit like mochi. Although I think mochi's like, what, rice? Flour? Starch? Something? I don't know. Honestly, it's very chewy. Very chewy things sometimes are hit or miss with me. Okay. Has anyone made a Hazelnutty community? I believe some people on the Discord did. Fair warning, I am not a part of it. I am being very stubborn about not joining any kind of WoW community because I don't want to feel bad for ignoring you guys, and that's absolutely what's going to happen. Nilzers, thanks for the super chat. Watching Hazel stream really makes me want to keep playing, and my hope for humanity is resupplied. I've always found that my hope for humanity tends to ebb and flow based on which places I spend my time in online. So I try to avoid places online that just, like, sap it out of me. It's probably not the most balanced worldview I can have by, like, not looking at things I don't like, but that is how social media works these days. Mochi is made of rice. The atom will filter war mode. Oh, interesting. Hugs with a stinger. Miss B Haven. Beelzebub, call it B. Thanks for the great Mythic Vids, first time subscriber. Welcome, Mark. Thanks for checking out the stream. You guys, okay, so we got the honeybee. What are all the bee pets? Like, is there another one that I can name bee don't later? There's Bumbles. I think Bumbles would make a good bee don't. So we can name, well, we can release the green one. We don't need that one anymore. Be free. We can name this one, let's see, BG. Oh, BG! My stepdad loved the Bee Gees. We would like pump it in the car. It was really fun. There we go. There's a name for you. Okay, so now that one needs to get leveled up. Although I guess, you know, we're still working on Scuttle. So I want to keep running around looking for rare wild pets. I want to keep working on the safari on the stream. I think that's fun. Buzz Hazel, hugs with Stinger. Ella, you said you should redo your hair. The fading color is really cute. I think that the fading color is probably going to stay for just a little bit, just because I don't have time right now. I will have time eventually, but I don't have time right now to redo the hair. It takes a whole day. It takes a whole day. It shouldn't, but it does. And it's like a strangely exhausting day. There's like 5 showers involved. Oh, is that Mario waved at me? Where's Mario at? Oh, that's not Mario, that's a horde. Oh, no, that's not a horde, it's an idol. Okay. So what other pets am I looking for here? What's actually going on here? So if I'm looking at Stormsong Valley, now that we have our bee and we have 2 chickens, because we got different colors of chickens, that is a pet vendor. Oh, I guess I can filter by wild pets. I have a filter for that. Marcus, thanks for the super chat. Hi, Hazel. Your context makes me happy. Thanks for cheering me up when my day's been bad. You're amazing and fun. Thanks so much. Thanks for the support. I'm really glad that you guys can join me in streams like this, and it's nice knowing that it helps some of you guys, because it always helps me. This is a nice thing that we have, and I appreciate it. I've had a variety of bad days that have been vastly improved by streaming and talking to you guys. What should I do if I'm close to the 1,000 pet limit? How should I determine which pet to keep? I would, honestly, if you use them, if you generally use them, or if you're attached to continuing to have a collection, like your current collection, have a bank cult, cage them, put them in your bank, and focus on saving up the pet charms for the expansion item. There is an item that you can buy for pet charms. I think it's a lot of pet charms. It might be like 1,000, but it's there's an item you can buy for pet charms now that expands your pet collection slots to 1,500. So if you don't want to get rid of your pets, then just cage them, put them in somebody's bank, and then learn them again once you've expanded your slots. If you would actually like to trim your pets down, then I would start by looking at your dupes, because you have dupes, and figuring out which ones you don't use. I only keep one of each thing, and that might be holding me back, but I've never, like, there's very, very, very few situations where you need to have more than one of a thing. Name it Bee Pet Hazel Honey. Cool race for a pirate-themed rogue? Oh, pirate rogue theme race. Horde or Alliance, because with Horde, I think that, like, I immediately think of orcs, goblins, and undead. And trolls. Everybody makes a good pirate. Everybody makes a good pirate. Alliance pirate races, I think, are like culturant humans when we get them, but I know those aren't out yet. Okay, so I was figuring out what our next target is. So Stormsong, and I'm going to filter to show only the pet battle ones. Okay, so we're looking for a barnacled hermit crab, a blue. That's still not showing me only the pet battle ones. All right, so some crabs. We're probably going to need to go find a beach for that. Frogs probably on the beach. The sand stinger wasp is for the vendor. It's still showing me vendor stuff. Well, I guess we're going to the beach. Also, I thought there was a. I think there's a pet battle that I need to do. I think there's a pet battle I need to do for pet charms today, still on the map. But in the meantime, there's some Storm Silver ore, and I would like to have some Worgen pirate. Oh, true. Get rid of all the garbage tier 3 pets. Advice from Hiru. While on the topic, I will one day release the collab. It's going to be like 4 years later, and it's going to be so unhelpful to anybody because there's going to be like 3 different pet PvP meta changes by then. And that's okay. No. It's the fault. Unrelated, less serious question. I did trial style for the first time today. I got first place, my first and second times doing them respectively. Congratulations on your placing. I think you forgot your question. What battle pet add-ons do you use? Rematch for auto-loading pet teams, pet tracker for tracking enemy pet cooldowns, Pet Journal Enhanced because I like the pet journal filters that it has, and that's it. I think that's it. I'm not a TD script user. I may experiment with it at some point for the sake of a video, but I don't really use it much. So I'm assuming that, like, I just kind of want to head up there because that's going to be some gold, but I'm assuming that we might run into, like, a crab or something, you know? Try and find, like, some nice hermit crabs. What realm are you on? It's okay if you don't want to tell. I'm on Lightbringer. It's not a secret. I just want to set everybody's expectation that I don't have a public guild. Our guild is not like a community or a fan guild, and I also don't really play with my friends, let alone additional people. So I play on Lightbringer, but there's no guarantee of anything more than seeing me run. I do try to emote at people when they wave at me. Sometimes I don't see it in time. I don't always look at my chat log, and then I'm sad because I'm like looking for them and I can't find them because I just want to like emote like a wave or a hug or a shy or whatever. Are you close to getting Dark Iron? No. No, not at all. I don't even have the rep that I need to continue the war campaign. Like, I need to get to Revered to do my next step of the war campaign, and I'm not even Revered yet. I need to do a bunch more world quests. Most of the teams in the collab video are still good. That's true, actually. The ones that are... The question is, are they still going to be good in a new meta that includes new BfA battle pets? And then, of course, the flying ones with the Terraclaw Hatchling are doomed. The female hair looks cool. I want a female warrior Dark Iron. Dark Iron lady hair, you're right. They're just like all the hairstyles of the allied races, I think, turned out really, really well. So where do I want to go if I'm trying to find crabs? Like, do I want the Naga beach down there? Do I need, like, I'm kind of on a beach now and it's kind of not doing me any good. Also, my husband and I were talking about this last night. How cool would it be if they had a mount? Like, we already have water walking mounts, right? And that's happening, you know, they can't take them out. They tried, they wanted to take them out and like do something else, and then people got mad, so we have water striders. What if they added in a new type of water walking mount that doesn't work on land? Like, you know how there's aquatic mounts that don't work on land, so it would be a water walking mount that doesn't work on land, and it's a boat. Why not give us boat mounts, you know? It could go just as fast as this, doesn't need to be any faster. It doesn't have to be a big boat, it could be just like a little dinghy, a little rowboat, a little kayak, a little night elf boat or a torn raft or whatever, but like there's so many different styles that they could use for boat mounts, and that would be really cool, is just to have a variety of the water striders, because it's a little bit odd still spending so much time on this mop water strider model, but they can't get rid of it because it's a thing they seem to not want to make anymore. But the fact that they haven't gotten rid of, like, you can still go back and get this one, I feel like that, you know, just give us some boats. Well, let's get some boats, that'd be fun. No one is buying my 1 million gold Lil Ben fun. Oh no. I couldn't even get 100k for my abyssal eel. I've settled on the fact that I'm just, oh, crabs. I've settled with the knowledge that I'm just going to, what am I thinking? Pet battle area is obstructed. Am I even going to be able to pet battle in here? I know I can pet battle as a shark because I've done it before and it's hilarious. This might be doom. Let me try the other one. What about up here? I definitely, it was the pet battle with, alright, well, let me try it as a not shark. No, still obstructed, not the shark's fault. Alright, well, never mind then. Why are these even underwater anyways? Since when do battle pets spawn underwater? What about over here on the beach? Finally caught a Hazel stream. Hype! Just started using your DBM voice pack. Best decision ever. I like to think that we're just like an army of people conquering the great foes of Azeroth, one slightly cringy voice line at a time. I can't fight any of these crabs. Why even put them down there if I can't fight any of them? Isn't engineering getting a hovercraft? I mean, we've had helicopters for a while. Are they getting a new one? Oh no, there was a but what was it called? I've forgotten now. I'm never gonna find it in the list. Yeah, I can't find any of these. I like the boat idea. I'm getting tired of looking at the water strider that everyone is using, myself included. It's just so useful, and you can't, like, it's not like, I feel like, I don't know. If they're trying to not add any new water walking mounts because they don't want to make it any more available than it already is, that seems kind of silly, because it is still available. You're just making people go back and do the old stuff. Alright, we finally managed to at least fight one. I need all of these pets, but none of them are rare, so that's not the life we're going to live here. Hazel, favorite way to make herbal tea? I usually steep herbal teas for between 3 to 5 minutes at 200 degrees Fahrenheit. For basically most of them, even if it's like a fresh one, like if I've actually grated some fresh ginger, I still do about the same thing. If it's like a fresh ginger one, I usually leave that for like closer to 5 minutes. What do I want to do here? Bring in this one. I'm not liking the new TSM. I wanted it just for auctioneering, but now it seems to be all or nothing. Kind of, yeah. So the thing about the new TSM is that it's true that they do give you the whole thing. It's no longer modular. But if in a, like, say you don't want to use it for crafting, if you press the go back to default UI window, it'll bring you back to the default UI, and then the next time you load your crafting pane, it's still going to be default UI. The trouble is that it's still loading TSM behind the scenes, so it has that like 2-second lag load-in time regardless of whether or not you're using it, and that's frustrating. But you don't have to, like, you can still access default UI for all things, and it does now remember your decision. So if you switch something to default, it won't bring you back necessarily. Ashley, thanks for the super chat. Love watching you and your guides. Appreciate that. There's a boat from Mop. Well, there's the angler's fishing raft, but that's not like a mount. And then there's also there is also the boat from Thousand Needles, like the party boat. That was kind of what I want, but, you know, a smaller version of it, because otherwise it would just get obnoxious. There's a beach in Vol'dun if you can't find anything where you can pet battle. Oh, that's true. These pets are probably available in other zones. I probably don't have to get them from Stormsong. Army of Azeroth, like battle for Hazelrod. I just unsacked a baby Krog, assuming I get it to 25. What's a good price? Well, there's the thing, there's market price, and then there's what people are actually going to pay. Because there's so few of them right now, you can probably list it for like a lot of gold. I would check the Undermine Journal, because I can spit out a number and have it be wildly inaccurate. But, you know, you can probably list it for at least a couple 100K up to $1 million, but the question is somebody going to pay that much? And that's going to be dependent on how big your server is and how rabid pet collectors are. I think that a lot of pet collectors know that the prices on those things are going to come down later, and there's no real rush on getting a lot of them. So while those pets might be really rare and there might not be that many of them available yet, they're not selling that much. You can actually see that these days through DSM using a new thing called, let's see if I can show you the, what am I still filtering by Stormsong, or I'm still filtering by pet battles? There we go. So the abyssal eel. So if I cage my abyssal eel, and I have this item now, which you guys can kind of see over there. Let me shrink my fish cam a little more. Okay, now it doesn't say it for there. What's the thing? All right, so for this sea stocks right here, we've got our TSM tooltip, and at the very bottom of the blue text, you've got region sale rate. And that tells you, assuming that it has the data, which it doesn't always for everything, but that tells you roughly how likely that item is to sell, like how many of them sell relative to how many are posted, I think. I need to do some more research before I make the video so I can say things that are actually true. But it's basically a gauge of how likely something is to sell, like how frequently they go. If it's 1, the way I understand it is if that number is 1, then on average, every single one that is posted sells before it expires. So that's a very, very quickly selling item. Most things don't get that high. Sea stocks and other herbs almost always sell. You'll see those at like the 0.5 to 0.8 range. Something that's a lot more, something like this, the honey glazed haunches, those aren't as popular. People don't seem to be buying those. They're very easy to craft and nobody seems to be buying them. So you can see that's a 0.45, that's much lower. And then stuff like BoE gear is selling at like much, much lower amounts. So you can kind of get a feel for how, within your region, NA or EU, how often those things are actually bought. It doesn't matter how high you can price it if nobody buys it. How do you find, or do you find the new pet battle trainers to be a bit boring? Can be 80% of them with the Nexus whelplings? I, so far, would completely disagree. I do think that a lot of them can be beaten with common pet types, but I think that they've designed them really well, and I've noticed a lot of them having unique gimmicks to them almost, like there's unique aspects of the fight that are specific to that tamer and might be themed to that tamer, and change the way that you do the pet battle. And just because they're not difficult doesn't mean that they're not fun. And you have to remember that these also all scale down to whatever level your highest pet is. So somebody that's brand new to battle pets only has level 1 pets, is going to be fighting these at level 1 with only 1 damage ability to work with. So to some extent, they've probably tried to make them at least somewhat beatable with pets that don't have all their abilities yet. So while they're not difficult, they're still unique. I really like the bee sting one. I was so confused as to why that guy's bees had like... Why are you fighting me? I was so confused as to why that guy's bees had like 5k health each until I actually like looked it up online. Was like, oh, I have to wait for him to use the stinging ability. It was just like a biding your time thing. I've been enjoying the variety that's been in the pet tamer so far. There be battle pets though. Do you know about Christopher Robin and the Winnie the Pooh family and Storm Song? I thought they would be like near the honey stuff. I may have missed them. I may have just missed that whole thing. Do I have a Veil Marmot yet? Did I ever get one of those? Let's see. Veil Marmot. I didn't actually. We're still looking for a rare Veil Marmot, so we can check in there. Our Scuttle is up to level 20. He's doing splendidly. He's grown up to be a nice big boy. No Veil Marmot. Are there new cosmetic set rewards for Trial of Style? Nope. Nope, they didn't add anything to the Trial of Style. If you were caught up previously, there's no new reason to do it aside from the fact that it's still pretty fun. But there's nothing really new there. I've been a sponsor for 5 months. I didn't even realize it. Well, congrats on your silver acorn. Have you gotten Ball yet? It's so cute. Not yet, no. How do we get the bee? I guess I should change my stream title, actually. The bee... Like, what do you mean? You want a bee mount? You want a bee pet? There's a couple of bee pets. You can tame bees as hunter pets. You cannot get a bee mount yet. Let's see. Okay. A year ago, you made a video about tracking your guild stats. Do you have a new spreadsheet for BfA with a neck level? I remember the video. I remember the spreadsheet because I still get emails from Google being like, your something crashed. Like, yeah, I don't use it anymore. I don't have a new one. I didn't make it. That wasn't a thing that I created. That was something that somebody from my guild found from somebody else that was kind of making the rounds around. If there is a new version of it, I'm not aware of it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And if I come across something like that, then I would do a new video because it was a fun thing to do. I can do pet battles in BfA. If you mean like you can do the BfA tamers without having leveled pets, then yeah. I don't get why TSM has no basic cell feature like Auctionator. They've kind of created one with this new default operation that's assigned to stuff. Like you can have nothing set up and you can go and do a post scan and it will post all of your stuff just by the default rules. The thing that frustrates me most about that is that the default rules set post stack size to 1 and you can't edit it. And that's like unacceptable for most things that you want to sell. You're just going to be posting single stacks and being that person, and that I can see turning people off of it really quickly. So it's definitely not as user friendly as Auctionator. And what I do is I just use both. I just have both installed. So if I don't want to use TSM for something, then I can just switch over to Auctionator and quickly post it. But if I'm doing that often enough, I usually know that it's time for me to sit down and set up a group and an operation for it, and do it the proper way because that'll save me some time. I've not seen one for Ball. Have you missed it? I didn't miss Ball. I know it's out there. I've been trying to do raid guides, and then I also promised to do TSM guides, and then we've got battle pet guides. I may have bitten off more than I can chew. So I'm gonna make all the videos. I'm just doing them one at a time because I'm just one lady. I do have a cat, but she doesn't help much. Hazel Stream, hi. Thanks for the pet guides. Thanks for watching them. I've never done pet battles, but I won't be raiding this expansion. Would like to get into it. Do you have any suggestions on what to start with and how to build teams? That's a video that's a video I promised to make. I was going to make it before BfA came out, and then BfA happened. So I would say, take the pets that you have and experiment with trying to beat the BfA World Quest tamers. And the first thing that you should try is like just type counters. So look up a chart. Like there's a chart somewhere online that shows you which types are effective against other types and which ones are effective defensively. It's just like Pokemon that way. So if you can do effective damage against World Quest tamers, that's a good place to start with your level 1 pets. And if you're just looking for pets to generally collect, I will be doing a video. I'm sure Hero has videos. But for now, in the meantime, Warcraft Pets has like pet rankings that shows pets ranked by things like battle effectiveness. So that'll help you find good ones to start with. Like the Stormborn Whelpling, like the Nexus Whelpling's good, but he's a little bit tough to get these days. So the Stormborn Whelpling, the Anubis Sath Idol, the Mechanical Pandaran Dragonling, Zandalari Ankle Render, all good stuff that you're going to be using a lot. Good places to start. Darkmoon Zeppelin, if you got one, that's a favorite. Hello, Hazel. Hey, Crazy Nico. How you doing? I'm way too OCD. I plan out my characters so I can have an equal male to female and also an equal melee to ranged spec ratio. I've heard of people, like, I think it's totally natural to have one of each thing, like have like a collector mindset to alts. I've never heard of a male, and I've also heard of people that kind of like to have one of each race or like try to make their alts races even-ish. Never heard of equal male to female. That's interesting. That's the first one. Where can I get a t-shirt like that? Blizzard Shop. It's awesome. Yeah, this is one of the new Gear Store shirts. Not sponsored. I bought this with my own money. But yeah, this is one of the new Alliance Gear Store shirts. I got a second one too. I got the baseball style t-shirt that I'll be wearing these around. It's on the Gear Store. ANX just spawned from one of my tunes. No more deep pull. Nice. Grad Spain Leaf. Auctionator's not working though. It worked for me this morning. Have you updated it? Let's see here. Brittany, thanks for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. I hope that you've been enjoying this stream. And your emotes. Appreciate the support. TSM is a prime example of second system syndrome, even though it's TSM 4. I've actually never heard of that. Can you make a ball guide? If by the time I have a slot open to make something like that, people are still interested, then I probably will. It's just going to be so late. Like, you're honestly better off just, like, I'm sure there are great guides already out that are going to be so much earlier than mine because I just can't do it yet. Want to get started in pet battles, but I don't know which ones. Oh, I see. I thought you were, like, sarcastically asking me. Hero does have a video, 10 pets to level first. The Warcraft pets lists are mega garbage. Oh, no. Well, I'm sure they're better than nothing. Iron Starlet. I use Warbot instead of the Zeppelin. Fishy Cam. Hey y'all, happy weekend ahead. Welcome, Gwen. How you doing? Alright, how are we doing here? I need to switch up my, like, the Nexus Whelpling was working really well when we were fighting lots of bees. I should probably grab, like, a... something else. No trial style sets, so disappointed. A little bit of a bummer. Can't wait for Hazelnutty shirts. Wednesday. I can't wait to show them to you guys. I talked about this a little bit in the vlog that I haven't put out yet, so nobody has seen it because I haven't put it out yet, but I so hope that people like them. I like them. Worst case scenario, everybody hates them, but at least I have some new shirts. You know? Oh, man. T-shirts will be out Wednesday, September the 5th, 12 p.m. Pacific time, noon. It's going to be a shirt reveal. There will be 2 shirts. One of them will be a Squirrel Squad shirt. And then the other one, the second one, will be limited time only. The second shirt is like a 100k shirt, kind of celebrating the 100k subs in the channel, and that one will be available for 2 weeks only, and then it goes away for actually ever, because I only have royalty rights on it for the 2 weeks, and after that I can't sell it anymore, so we're doing 2 weeks on that one. I deleted, updated, and re-downloaded. Am I doing something wrong? I don't know. But I can tell you that mine was working. So there may be something that you can troubleshoot. I don't have the info to help you with that right now. You deleted it, you updated it, re-downloaded it, you've enabled it. What else? It's pointing to the right directory. I know some people have had WoW installed on 2 different drives, and like the add-on was pointing to the wrong one. That's happened before. I can't think of anything else it would be. Stream schedule: Tuesday mornings 9 a.m. Pacific, Friday afternoons 3 p.m. Pacific. All right, maybe this Veil Marmot will be the one. For whatever reason, I did not expect Veil Marmot to be the pet that was going to be catching me up on being rare. We saw a rare Marmot too earlier, and then we're like, there was also a chicken with it, and we're like, well, no, you know. There's lots of rare Veil Marmots, but we're never going to see another rare chicken. We got the second rare chicken the next one. Now I'm never going to get another Marmot. Auctionator before made it really easy to post auctions. If your auction add-ons aren't working, Blizzard changed the name of the function that posts things. You'll need to update. Will there be a gender difference in the shirt, such as female cuts? So I'm going to talk about that in the reveal video. I guess I can talk about it now. The main shirt that has all of the colors is a unisex shirt that's kind of like a men's cut shirt, but I think looks very flattering on women. I did also want to offer a woman's cut shirt, but the ones that come in the same colors were not made of the same material, and I got samples of them, and I hated them, and I didn't want to sell them. So there will be a women's cut shirt, but the women's cut shirt is only going to be available in black, because that's the only color that I can get the shirt made out of the right stuff in. I don't want to sell the one that's made out of the wrong material. I want them to at least match in terms of what they're made of and be really comfy. So there will be a women's cut. It'll only be in black, but if you like the color ones, I would say measure your sizes, but I think that the unisex ones are actually very flattering. I'm excited about them. Want Auctionator to be back with the background app like TSM. The rest of TSM is too much for me. TSM, I think once you've gotten some basic setup done, is pretty manageable. It's just getting over that first hump. It looks like a lot, and then the thing is you'll watch guides and you'll like read threads from people that are TSM experts, and their setups are a lot. You know, people have huge groups with like incredible granularity. Like they have all of these different subgroups and subgroups on subgroups, and they have like custom tweaked operations for everything, and it's just really overwhelming to look at. And that's not how I live my life. My stuff, and I'm actually cleaning it up even more. It's not necessarily the most efficient thing, but darn if it isn't simple. Gwen, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. So the shirts will be coming up for 12-hour streaming. You know it. I specifically, and I really hope that you guys like them as much as I do, otherwise I'm going to look really dumb in retrospect, but I went into this wanting, like, if I'm going to sell a shirt, I want it to be a candidate for, like, a favorite shirt. I want you to put it on and for it to feel like your new favorite shirt. I find myself wearing them all the time. I will wear them to bed and then wake up and be like, well, I want to wear this today, but it's not clean anymore, so I gotta put on a different one. But, oh, well, I'm not kidding. I wear it to bed and then I wear it the next day. I do laundry when I start to smell, I promise. Where are all the rare pets at? Maybe I need to debug it. Any suggestions for debugging add-ons? If you did a clean download, you shouldn't need to debug it, but honestly, I don't know. Down for 2 shirts. Matron, welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Or welcome back to the Squirrel Squad if you've previously been a Squirrel Squad. I don't quite recall, but I appreciate having you here and I appreciate the support. Hazel still doing Trial of Style? No, I gave up real early because there's no new stuff for it, and I am greedy and need to be bribed with Transmog if I'm going to do anything in this game, apparently. Having an incredible amount of fun in BfA. Hubby even started to play too after a long break. You're very welcome, Hazel. Women's cut shirt. Take the men's cut shirt. Gather the excess fabric at the bottom. Tie it into a bow and expose midriff. Just belly shirt it. Oh, man. TSM is slightly so unstable still. It crashes my client now and then. They're working on it like crazy. It crashed my WoW client last night. It's definitely not perfect yet. And it still feels pretty laggy to me. But you're right. They're doing their best. And at the end of the day, TSM is free. There is a premium version. It's so not necessary. Like, they've been very, very reasonable with what they do and don't have behind premium. And it's an incredible add-on that nobody has to make, you know? We're not really paying them. They don't owe us anything. So the fact that they're working so hard to try and get it back up and running and they're trying to improve it is something that I respect a lot. I had to do a hiatus bit back. But you can see that you have your I really like that about YouTube, the fact that you didn't lose your streak. I really like that about YouTube stuff. You get your silver nut with Void Butterfly back. I know I need to cut down my add-ons, but I don't really know what I don't need. Anyone have tips? Disable them first. So go through your list and disable everything that you feel like you don't use, but don't uninstall it yet. Just disable it for a while. And then if you find that you need it, you can turn it back on. And if you find that you don't need it, then you can get rid of it. It's kind of like the thing where you are organizing your closet. You take all the stuff you don't know if you need, and you put it into like a big box or a bag or something, and then over the next month, as you need it, you take it out. And at the end of the month, or whatever time period it is, anything that you didn't take out in that time, you clearly don't need, and you can just get rid of. Or at least I've heard that's a thing people do. I've never done it myself. I should. That's not true. I don't even bother sticking the box. I'm like, I don't think I need this. If I need it, I'll buy another one. And I just like get rid of it. Gone. Toss it. Goodbye. Things come and go. As long as I have the things I need to do the things I want to do. Although I did lose something recently that was like heartbreaking. And it's the dumbest thing, okay? you guys are gonna eye roll so hard at me. I lost my favorite chapstick. I had this lip balm, and I kept it by my bed because it was a little bit more of an expensive lip balm, so I didn't want to go through it real quick. Like the ones I keep on my desk, I go through real quick because I'm putting them on all day. I like my lip balms. I use lip balms a lot. And so I had this slightly more expensive one. It's like an $18 lip balm. Okay. It's not $1 million, but that's an expensive lip balm, you know? So I keep it in my bedroom, by my bed, and I would only use it before bed and then maybe first thing in the morning. And it would last a while, and it was like super moisturizing, and it was the best. And I've lost it. I don't know how I could have lost it. It stays in a dish on my nightstand. And I looked in all of my drawers and under the bed, like maybe my cat found it and like hid it somewhere. I don't know. I ordered another one, which I was not happy about having to do, but I ordered another one, and now that as soon as I get the new one, I'll find it. But Nico, thanks for becoming a member. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Appreciate the support. Hope you enjoy your new icon, your emotes, and the stream, of course. My problem with TSM is the learning curve. Starting with the terminology, it needs a glossary. Never would have gotten into the auction house without stuff like TSM and Auctionator. Auctionator got me into selling everything. Like, before I used Auctionator, I would just vendor stuff. I would only sell things if I was convinced it was going to be, like, a lot of gold. But if I had, like, you know, old trade mats, like if I picked up, like, some Peace Bloom or I had, like, a green piece of gear, I wouldn't bother selling that. It's too much work. But Auctionator got me to the mindset of, if anybody will buy it and it's more than vendor price, I'm going to sell it. And then what TSM did was TSM really got me into both saving me time on the first thing, but TSM got me into selling Transmog greens because that's just so much more effective and efficient to do with TSM because it's auto pricing this stuff, so you can just like spam the button and it posts them all. And it also got me into flipping, like shopping scans. That was huge. I made a lot of gold for me. Not by Goblin TSM standards, but for me, I made a lot of gold from flipping BoE epics, and I never would have done that without the data that I get from TSM. With the new default bars, the ability to make raid frames permanent, you can get rid of bar mods and group mods. Interesting. I actually noticed a weird bar thing recently. I had like two at like artifact power bars randomly. I had my Azurite one, which is normal, but I also, underneath it, for some reason, also had my Legion artifact power bar, and that didn't make any sense because I don't have a Legion artifact power anymore. I lost a bag I hadn't used for years, and I remembered it. We had moved 2 times, and I lost it, and I cried. No. Oh, man. If the average dude did that with their clothes, their cupboards would be empty. Do average dudes really just wear, like, the same thing all the time? I feel like that's sad. I mean, you know, wear whatever you want, whatever's comfortable for you. But it can be so fun and rewarding and gratifying to, like, pick out things that you want to wear that you feel good wearing. And I don't think that they have to look like a certain fashion way. Like, this is my new fashion aesthetic. It looks like I want to go back to bed. That's sometimes true. But I really like wearing oversized Blizzard stuff, and that's my new thing, so I'm wearing it. I don't know. It's just fun. I feel like writing off a whole hobby or area of interest in yourself just because you feel like you shouldn't care about it is a little bit sad. Like, if you honestly don't care about it, then, you know, wear whatever you want. But what am I saying? I blame Doggo or Kitty. Kitty hid the lip balm. Kitty probably did hide the lip balm. And, like, I have some on my desk, but they're not the same, you know? Nothing else quite fixes the problem. Like, it's shocking that I even get flaky lips because I'm drinking water all day and putting on lip balm all day. But without that specific one at the end of the day, I think the dry air from the air conditioner has been really getting me. Over here. When in doubt, it's a conspiracy by the cat. May I ask how much the shirts will be? Shirts will be $25 US, which I know is a little bit higher than average for like a Teespring shirt. I promise you, they are being printed on the nicest ones that I could find that I liked the feel of when I ordered them. They'll be 25 bucks a shirt. Tips on how I could start a fresh character but really enjoy the story from the beginning to BfA. I would start by looking into... I say as I put on more lip balm. I would start by looking into some add-ons. Don't go crazy with them, but like find 1 or 2 add-ons that help you absorb the story from quests. Storyline is one add-on like that. I believe there are more. But there's add-ons that basically when you pick up a quest, instead of just like automatically clicking past all the quest text, it'll show you the NPCs that you're dealing with, like your character and the NPC you're talking to. And it'll put the quest text up in front of you so you can like get a feel for what's going on. I think that's a really good start. Take it easy. Figure out how your character fits into it as well. Like, sort of, I like to come up with some facts about my character. Not necessarily a whole storyline, but just ways that she likes to be and sort of fit that in with her professions and her title and her transmog and her pets and whatnot. And sort of like have a feel for who you are in these stories. Take your time and go places that sound fun. I go through 3 or 4 shirts a week wash. They're back on top and in the drawer and the cycle begins again. I grab some jeans and throw on the first shirt that I grab. Man, I am lucky that I don't have to go out much because it, like, otherwise it would take me so long to find my clothes. Like, I have to have my clothes speak to me, which is dumb. But I'll be like walking my dog in the morning and I'll be like, well, what do I want to wear today? And if I can't find something that I'm excited about wearing today, then the rest of the day is just like a little bit worse. And usually I can. Usually I'm like, man, I would love to wear that sweater, or I'm like super feeling these leggings, or I really want to wear this shirt, and then I'll wear it and it'll be great. But if I just like can't find anything that I'm feeling excited about, then I'm like, why even bother? You know? Why can't I sell my legendaries? I don't know. I tried. I wanted to also. That was also me. Man, we're not having a whole lot of luck with the Veil Marmot. Thanks for plugging Storyline, Hazel. I honestly liked it. Like, when I tried it out, I didn't stick with it because I have gone back to my old skipping past quest X ways. But when I tried it out, it was a really good option for helping show you what the story is as you're questing. How long will the shirts be out? My first payday is the 14th. So the Squirrel Squad shirts are not going away anytime soon. I won't say forever, but for the foreseeable future, I would imagine at least a couple months, if not longer. Basically until I get sick of their design. Those ones are going to be up and available. The 100k shirts are 2 weeks only. The 100k shirts are going to be 14 days starting from the 5th. So they'll be off on the 19th. I am getting murdered. What do I need to do here? Shadow Mend. And then Void Eruption, silence your Decree. And then use Dark Void. There we go. Now we're healed up. What are they decreeing? Why are they pulling out a scroll while they're actually trying to stab me? Don't you think you should really pick one or the other? It's a bit rude. Okay. I've lost track of why I'm over here. I think I'm just doing all of the suffering because I really wanted to pick these sea stocks. Very important sea stocks over here. Oh no. Oh, not again. Do you know if there's an update coming for Pet Tracker? I can't find the BfA World Quest Pet Tamers. I don't know. I've never used it for anything except for the only thing I really use it for is the enemy pet cooldown tracking. That's kind of all I do. So I'm not really up to date on the rest of the things. I would love to fight these pets, but I bet you anything's not going to let me. Obstructed. 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 You know what I really wanted to do today? I was trying before the stream to figure out how to get my pet cam, like the little fish cam over there, to stretch far enough to the other tank so that you guys could hang out with the corridors and the minnows and Chromie. But it's not, it's just too far. It's a whole room and a half away. It's like way over there. I'm gonna need like a really long USB extension, and I find that once you extend your USB far enough, webcams start to get a little finicky. I might need a really, really long one. Or one day I'll have an office that just has like all of the fish in it. I was trying to think about what really good office fish would be, because bettas make great office fish, but you know, if I was gonna have like a community tank of like office fish, what would that look like? I'm just gonna whistle and figure out where to go to try to find some more crabs and stuff. You should create a story for your gnome, make a video on it. Did you know that you cannot scrap transmog gear? I didn't know that. I've been in Dungeon Fighter for 2 hours for Dungeons of the Cataclysm. I still have an instant 100. Should I use it and then solo all the dungeons? It's my first character. What is it that you want to do the Cata Dungeons for? Like, are you just trying to experience all of the content? Because I would say there's probably no rush on it. If you're just leveling through Cataclysm and you can't find dungeon groups, I would just level with questing, and then if you want to see the dungeons, go back and do them later after you finish leveling. I would say use your 100 boost once you really know what you want to use it on. A live chat. Welcome to the chat. Tell me there's a shirt with squirrel nuts. There is a Squirrel Squad shirt. I can't say any more than that. Actually, well, there's really no more to say than that. Nilsaurus, thanks for the super chat. She gave up on Trial of Style. That's true. Nothing new this year, man. I know I want a veil marmot, darn it. I'm gonna go look around the hamlet. Maybe there's veil marmots out there. Wireless cam? Would that work? I spent so much money to finally get a wireless microphone working for the one-day future baking streams. I can't imagine like a... I mean, I guess it would be okay if it was laggy. It wouldn't have to be super latency free because nobody knows that the fish are swimming now or like 20 seconds ago, you know? I just want to show you guys those fishies. I have one fishy in there that's not doing good. One Corridora, and I don't know what to do for him. He's so I have 6 panda cories in there. 5 of them look great. They have very healthy barbels. They're big, they're growing, they're eating, they're looking all cute all day. And one of them doesn't really have the same... It doesn't look like his barbels are worn down. It just looks like they haven't really grown in. He's like much smaller than his buddies. They're on sand, so they're not on gravel, they're not on sharp rock, they're on sand. There's no... Like, the tank was fully cycled for like a couple of months by the time they got in there. And I've been testing, and the ammonia and the nitrites have all been 0, and the nitrates have been very low because I've been doing a lot of water changes, trying to figure out what's wrong with this little guy. He's been eating. I got him to eat like some peas just in case he was constipated because he had like, he had some buoyancy issues. He was kind of headstanding a bit. His tail kept floating up higher than his head. And he doesn't look good. I don't know if he's gonna make it, and I'm sad because I don't know what to do for him. I could isolate him into a quarantine tank and try to medicate him, but cories are really sensitive to medicine, and splitting him off on his own might stress him out to the point that he just dies anyways. So for now, I think it's nicest to leave him in his tank as long as the other ones look fine. I don't know. I just want all my fishies to be good. If you ever want a cooldown add-on for pet battles, Derangement's Pet Battle Cooldown is a good one. Shows cooldowns for backline pets. Oh, really? I mean, no shade on Pet Tracker. They do great stuff, but I would really love to have a thing that only does the thing that I need because I'm only really using that one function. Interesting. Oh, you know what? That's not true. Right now, while I'm trying to get wild pets... Oh, look, it's a rare bee. This feature right here, you see the little exclamation points over the pets? That means that I haven't collected those yet. I think that will also appear if you have collected it, but the one that you're looking at is a higher quality level, and that's useful to me right now. Also, I'm actually not going to do that battle because I don't need to. I've got what am I talking about? I needed to heal my pets anyways. Purple clouds are because Shadow Priest. That is true, yeah. There was at least one video where I was like reviewing a new mount and I was talking about it, and I was like, it's weird that it's like spitting, you know, all these clouds at the back. That seems like weird pollution for a very natural looking mount, and apparently it was just my void form or my shadow form. I was like, well, that's awkward. Oops. Got my safari done yesterday. I need to go back and find rares for all of them. Then I have to level them. A collector's never done. It's true. And there's so much going on in BfA. I feel like catching up with pets is going to take me like the whole expansion, and that's okay. It's just such a nice secondary thing to do. Like, it's not the only thing I'm doing in WoW. I'm getting ready for raids, and I'm spending a lot of time doing raid guides lately, but it's just such a nice thing to do. Like, right now on like a Friday afternoon on stream with like a nice cup of tea that's empty again. I would stop drinking the black tea, but I still need to do the vlog, and then I really need to finish another raid guide tonight. I have one recorded, I just need to finish the edit. And the edits don't actually take that long. So it's gonna be okay. I just gotta do some more. I got a busy weekend ahead of me. I'm hoping that once I get caught up, and I've been saying this forever, I want to get caught up, air quotes, on the stuff that I promised to do, which is a lot. And then just take like 2 days off. Like weekdays even. And just stay home and play WoW, I guess? Like, what would I even do? I've been trying to think about what I would even do if I had like a vacation or a weekend off or something, and I don't even know. I guess I would just play WoW. I would take naps. Like a really long bubble bath? I don't know. Where would I even go? I like going to the fish store, but then I want to buy fish and I can't buy fish yet. Imagine if every time I went on vacation I just came back with more fish, and then it's unsustainable, you know? Fish live for a long time. So many rare bees. It's upsetting because we spent like a good chunk of time in the beginning of the stream looking for a rare bee. Tips to get started with selling things efficiently in the auction house. The whole thing seems very daunting. Well, you want tips on like selling things efficiently. You mean like posting them without taking a bunch of time to post them, or you want to sell them, like get the best price for them? I would say figure out your add-ons, which is going to be Auctionator for just basically getting faster use of the auction house by posting your stuff. or TSM, and I'm going to be doing TSM guides because that's a bit of a thing to get set up, and it's going through a whole thing right now. I don't really have any easy, quick tips for you. Maybe somebody else has something that'll get you started, like, in the meantime. Even if you don't want to participate, you still benefit from the fact that Transmog becomes free for the duration of the event. That is true. And, you know, I was kind of feeling my Culture and Navy thing, but I think this is about the maximum amount of time that I can go wearing a hat that, like, covers my hair but still shows it. Like, the pixie cut look is not something that I really want with my life. So I'm gonna go back to my spooky Tide Sage set for now. I was actually looking at the older set, so the older cloth set, raids, older loot. So if we just like put everything on, and you get to all of the different gears. There's a better way than this to do it, but I don't know what that better way is. This is like the older cloth stuff. It's really cool. I don't think I'm gonna wear it though. What class, like a Disc Priest, I could totally see that fitting like the class fantasy. I guess it's not supposed to fit the class fantasy, it's supposed to be raid fantasy, and this makes sense for like a Titan containment facility thing. But I don't know. I like it, but I don't want to wear it at the same time. How come Miss Universe is only ever won by people from Earth? I mean, that's what you think, as far as you know. May I know why you prefer streaming on YouTube instead of Twitch? I have a whole video that goes over it, and I think I can get a link for you here. But the gist of it is that I like the bitrate that YouTube gives me over Twitch, so I can stream in 1080-60 here. I like that I can have my VoDs on my YouTube channel as YouTube videos that people can watch later with live chat replay. And I think that we get more people here because it's easier for people from YouTube to find it. Plus because most of the people here are from YouTube first, they're nice. I like that you guys are polite and friendly, and I've had a different experience streaming on Twitch. Sad about tier sets. I'm really happy that there's no tier sets like with set bonuses. I was so done with that. But I'm looking forward to seeing the art of future sets. Like, I like that set, but like I said, I'm probably not going to wear it. She looks like the baby boss. Check out the Mythic set. Fits Holy Disc Priest, and that's about it. Oh, true. I didn't look at the Mythic thing. So if I go Raids, and then I change it to Mythic, and then I look at all of it, and we can scroll down and get kind of like the... Oh no. I've clicked too much. Oh, interesting. Okay. So we got the hood. Where's the robe? Robe. There we go. Ooh. So again, actually I might wear that. I don't know. Gives me very Dragon Soul vibes because of the color scheme and like the mask aspect of the helmet. I love it when they make eyes be on fire. That's one of my favorite things to do when I'm like drawing a picture that has a humanoid in it and I can't draw eyes because I can't draw eyes. Speaking of which, tomorrow is the 1st of the month and I have some drawing to do tonight. But yeah, I don't, like, you know how people can't draw hands? I can't draw hands either, but I also can't draw eyes very well. So every now and then I'll just phone it in and be like, well, what if they're like fire eyes or like, you know, light infused eyes? Like, what if I just color the whole thing in yellow and add a bunch of fire? That's a good way to hide my inadequacies. Conjunctivitis.com. Are you doing more boss guides? I'm doing more raid boss guides. I'm taking a break from the dungeon guides until I catch up on everything else. I might go back and do them if there's still enough interest for it, but it's gonna be so late at that point that I don't know. We'll see. I'm just trying to find like a nice rare frog around here. Or, you know, a frog or like a marmot. This frog's hiding in a bush. I've probably already fought this one. River frog. Nothing, man. I like the robe for the cloth set of Uldir. The Transmog window shows whole sets. Well, I know the sets tab shows whole sets. Or do you mean like appearances, sets? Because I wasn't seeing the older stuff in here because it's not technically a set. We've got the PvP stuff, so you can see like the Warfront gear, the Aspirant gear, which actually I like that a lot. With like little headband, that looks nice. And then you've got like the Gladiator gear here. But aside from that, it's just like Burning Throne. And then as far as items, you'd have to go find them like individually off the top, I think. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. That could be it. My account is probably erased because I haven't played since the beginning of MOP. No way. No way. I believe that if you had like low-level characters that were inactive that haven't been logged in since the beginning of MoP, I think there used to be an amount of time that they would delete characters if they weren't played under a certain level. But over a level like 60 or whatever, I feel like it's still going to be there. Your boss guides are the best. Thanks for making them. Thanks for watching them. Some people are toxic on Twitch. I'm part of a great community on Twitch. Yeah, it's definitely not all of Twitch. It's just, because it's a bigger platform with more drive-by traffic, you get more drive-by trolls on Twitch than YouTube. And that's, you know, if YouTube becomes as successful of a streaming platform as Twitch does, I'm sure the same thing will come here. It's not because of Twitch, it's because there's just more people there. It's the same reason, like, if you ever, like, you can be making content and videos or whatever for your audience for a while, and then if it gets picked up and seen by a different audience, like, for example, a YouTuber that gets a video on trending that's never been there before, all of a sudden you're gonna have a whole bunch of opinions from people that aren't familiar with you, and they're probably not gonna be as nice as people that already like your stuff. So you get more of that fresh stuff, which is better for growing a channel. It's definitely better to have more fresh eyes if you're trying to grow and build your channel. But you get a little bit, like, we just have a really nice and also a very usable chat here, and that's harder to maintain on Twitch. Not impossible, but it takes more work. Old Ear is down near Oldwar. I don't know why. Old Ear is in the... Oh, it's in the middle? Near Oldwar? What? Why? Why? Also, look at all the sets I have. I used to collect these. There it is. How did that happen? Oh, well, this is nice. I like this. So there's the mythic stuff, there's the heroic stuff, there's the normal stuff. I actually like the normal stuff way better than the heroic stuff. Copper is just a richer and more exciting color than silver, especially when silver is like super blue like that. Like super bluish silvers look really dull to me. That copper looks nice though. I wish I could show you a picture of my granddaughter. You could be very close twins. How do you make my name orange? Oh, tagging people. Like if you go at and then the name, it'll tag them and make it orange. Okay, so I'm still like, we're up 1B and that's it. That's all we got. Maybe we can find one more pet and you guys can pick out another name. Also, at least Scuttle's almost level 25, you know? All by himself. Scuttle's almost made it up to the big leagues. I'm also going to get like a flying pet, like a Falcosaur maybe. Falcosaurs are fun. Falcosaurs have, they have predatory strike, they also have Falcosaur swarm. That should get through most things. Just to get through some of these extra aquatic pets here. Well, none of those are rare, so bummer. You can't lose a homing pigeon. If your homing pigeon doesn't come back, then what you've lost is a pigeon. I enjoyed that one. Bonjour. Comment vas-tu? You speak French? No. Petit peu, little bit. No, very, very little French. Basically none. It's been a bit. Merci beaucoup. How is that priest at all? It's weird. It's not specifically a priest set. All cloth sets will have that. There's like one cloth and there's one leather and one mail and one plate set. Like they're by armor type. How do you get the numbers of pieces of a set collected to appear in the set appearance tab? Set appearance tabs. Number of pieces. Like this 8 of 8 over here? That's default, isn't it? I don't think I have any add-ons that do that. Maybe I do. It might be... Actually, what was it? Frames. Wardrobe collection frame, Weekores. It looks like it's default UI. Did you get to 120 with war mode off? Yep, and I haven't turned it on since. Oh man. It's not that big of a difference. I've had Inscription Max since week 1. I still haven't seen a Scribe World quest yet. Get the Void Crab, the Shadowback Crawler. It's a nice crab. The Shadowback. I feel like I already have a crab that's like a Void Crab. Like, there's a lot of crabs in this game. There's certain types of pets. Oh, that is a pretty purple. There's certain types of pets that they just make over and over and over again. I guess it's like every expansion has beaches. They're like, what goes on beaches? Here, have some crabs. And then they made hermit crabs by just putting a hermit shell on the regular crab, which I thought was hilarious. Idea for WoW cooking, brittle for Azeroth. I want to really perfect my Kulturan bars, my Nanaimo bars, but with like the green coloring. They turned out like that was the last baking stream that we did, I thought, and they were tasty, but they didn't hold together. And I need to fix my Nanaimo bar recipe because I really want to share that dessert with the world. I mean, obviously they're not like super niche. If I've been able to get them in grocery stores in America, it can't be that hidden, but not everybody's had them, and they're delicious. Love your vids. Glad someone else loves pets as much as I do. I think it's from Can I Mog It? That might be it. I do have a couple of Transmog add-ons. I definitely have Can I Mog It, so maybe that does it. I'm that guy that stops questing to kill players. Okay, so you said, off the coast of the Shrine of Storms. Oh, like up here? I can definitely check that out. There was like a lot of hostile mobs up there. And I know it's safe up at the top, like by the entrance, but I would have to go through a lot of hostile stuff to get to the bottom. I know there's like a Naga beach over here. Like maybe there's some good stuff over here. Or is the shadow crab only on the far beach? A little hungry. I wonder what should be for dinner. As a kid, I was made to walk the plank. We couldn't afford a dog. Oh, man. Do any of you guys walk your cats? I've seen so many articles and cute videos of people that like train their cats to walk on leash and do it all the time. Even if my cat would walk on leash though, I would just be so afraid that somebody else will have a dog on a leash that just like traumatizes my cat, because people tend to walk dogs that are not very well leash trained around here, and at least they're on a leash. I mean, that's good. And at least they're walking their dog. That's also good. I'm not trying to shame anybody for walking their dog, but there's a lot of dogs that will go absolutely nuts trying to get to you or your animal. And I feel like they would freak out if they saw a cat. Also, my cat's not leash trained. But I'm just curious if anybody like not only has trained their cat to do it, but like actively, regularly walks their cat. Because that's a person I've never met, and I'm interested to know. I had Can I Mog It, but I do not currently, and also do not have the 7 of 8 feature showing. Interesting. I thought that was default. Today I learned. Night guys, don't stay up too late, Hazel. Thanks. I will, but just tonight, you know. Everybody's businesses. Everybody's got like crunch times now and then. We're gonna get some videos out. We're gonna do some raid guides, and then when things calm down a bit, I'll take a really good nap. That's a lie. I take naps all the time. Nothing can stop. Oh, anchorweed. Oh, and a mature pod. That's my quest for. Oh my goodness, it's double anchorweed. You know what I want to do? Not necessarily like right now because I have not that much time left, but you know what I want to do is I want to figure out the herbalism roots, because I know people have them. I guess I just need to Google it. I know people have them, but whenever I've been out picking herbs, I just kind of like run wherever and grab stuff, and I know people have roots that probably help you get stuff like double anchorweed. But I just made 3,000 gold in like 6 seconds. There's a thumbnail or a YouTube title for you. Oh man. Evening Hazel, what's up, Jeffrey? How you doing? I have this really weird annoyance, and I shouldn't complain about this because I'm probably going to go ahead and do it. I know I've done it in the past. So I'm not saying I'm completely against or would never do it, but YouTube video titles in all caps are starting to drive me nuts. It's not to the point where I won't click on it, because if I still want to watch the video, I'm going to, and I understand why people do it. And I've done it myself before, and I probably will again, but I just feel like I'm being yelled at. Just with the all caps, you know. The whole thing. It's a lot. My dog would lose it if she saw a cat being walked. I work in a shelter. We recently got a cat who is leash trained. We walk him all the time. He is so sweet. That cat, I feel like if you just show people that, is going to get adopted in like a half a second. It has to, right? I've been trying to get mine acclimated to being comfortable on a leash. When you do the Nanaimo bars, you should have mixed the milk with the powder to get the custard and mixed in the rest of the stuff. That's why you had milk left at the end. Milk left at the end. The custard turned out fine. The problem was that the bottom layer didn't, like, it fell apart. It didn't really fully form into like a bar at the bottom. But I definitely didn't have custard powder, and I have gotten that since. I ordered some online, but I like never made them again. And I should try it again. My cat attacked little chihuahuas. The point of a cat is that you don't have to walk it. Cats still need exercise. My cat just gets exercise by like chasing a crumpled up paper ball because she doesn't like toys that cost money. There's an add-on called Roots. Try it, Hazel. Oh, interesting. I was making roots this whole time. I'm not the only one who freaks out when they see anchor weed. It's like it's like finding 3K gold on the ground, you know? Every little bit counts when we're trying to save up for a Brutosaur out here. It's all important. Although whenever, like I said, whenever I do the math and realize what percentage of a Caravan Brutosaur it actually is, I get really sad. We just gotta make more good flips. More good TSM BoE epic flips. I worked at a pet store, saw a couple people with cats in harnesses. I got a harness to try on my cat. We went outside. He meowed pathetically until I let him back in. I felt so bad. I feel like, you know, it's trying is fine. As long as you didn't make him do it after he told you he didn't want to. I kind of enjoy watching videos of people trying to walk their cats where their cat just like sits down and stares at them and then they have to carry their cat home. Like the cat doesn't look traumatized, it just looks like I'm not doing this. You are carrying me home because I am not getting up again. I always enjoyed that. Alright, fingers crossed. Ooh! I didn't even cross my fingers. Oh no! It'll still be here if I forfeit. It will still be here if I forfeit. It'll still be rare. I forgot to heal my pets. And there it is. Let's try that again. Imagine if it wasn't rare this time. I would be upset. Okay, we got it. And I'm still gonna shell shield this guy. He could probably help at this point because he's level 24. He's not exactly a baby anymore, but... Ooh. My cat I had when I was a kid loved to go on walks with a leash when I'd walk my dog. She would also jump in the bathtub or jacuzzi with you as well. I thought cats hated water, not her. It seems to be very specific to different cats. I think most of them hate water. Ours currently not a fan. And we've never even had to give her a bath. That's going to be a very sad day, like the day that she accidentally gets covered in like peanut butter or something and we have to bathe her, because up to this point she takes care of herself very well. She's got short hair, she grooms obsessively, and she doesn't really need help. And she hates water, so we've never really had to bathe her. But it's not going to be pretty. Like, if you're carrying her and you're anywhere near the kitchen sink and it's on, she is not having it. But my sister has a cat, and the cat loves my sister's husband, but not necessarily my sister. And the cat will just follow him around, and apparently takes showers with him. Will, like, walk into the shower when he's showering, and be in there with the water on and like take a shower. And that's just the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Cat also likes to hide like up on stuff and then dive bomb people that it doesn't like. It's a cute cat. Any of you guys try the hyperspawn farm for mounts and gear? I personally have not. I walk my cat every day. You're not alone. It is yelling, it's quite obnoxious whenever used. It's definitely a trend. It's definitely a trend. And I try not to judge people that do that well, one, because it's going to be me in like a week for some reason. There's going to be some reason why I end up doing it. And then I'll look like a big ol' hypocrite. But I try not to judge anybody for any YouTube videos that they make or any way that they present their YouTube videos, because at the end of the day, I'm not paying them to make YouTube videos. It's YouTube. They get to do it. They get to do it whatever way they want, and if I don't like it, I don't have to watch it. That's how it works. So I try not to judge people, but sometimes there's creators that I really like, and I just feel like the titles are just like they're just yelling at me. It sounds loud when I look at it. It would be best to start as a kitten, that way they get used to it. Absolutely. I just got 4 teeth pulled out, my gums hurt, but Hazel makes me feel better. That sucks, man. That sucks. I hope you feel better soon. What did I used to do when I had wisdom teeth pulled once? I'm trying to remember what helped, but I think it was just drugs. I put a harness in my cat once. He was so upset that he crawled far enough under the bed I couldn't reach him, and he refused to look at me. Oh no. Oh man. I am lucky in that my cat doesn't seem to really hold grudges much. She'll, like, if she doesn't want something, she'll tell you, and then you just stop, and then she just, like, leaves you alone. Or, like, she'll just wander away and then come back for pets, like, 5 minutes later. She doesn't really hold grudges. She'll get mad, but she doesn't hold grudges with you. Also, I feel like she understands when I apologize. Like, every now and then I'll accidentally, like, step on her tail, or, like, kick her by accident. Like, I didn't see her there, and I was, like, moving my foot, and, like, accidentally kicked the cat. Like, oh, no. Not usually very hard. I'm not, like, flailing endlessly, but, you know, you accidentally, like, step on your cat's tail, and then you're like, oh, no. And I, like, usually stop, and I, like, check she to see if she's okay, and then I, like, apologize to the cat, and I swear she knows. I swear that she, like, thinks about it, and then usually accepts my apology, and then we're good. But, like, she might hold a grudge if I didn't apologize. Hasn't happened in a while though. She's pretty good about not staying underfoot. Win World of Warcraft today with this one trick. Blizzard hates them. Easy pet collecting tips. Hazel clickbait. I'm not above clickbait. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Although I think, in my opinion, the word clickbait has become kind of overused. Like, clickbait used to mean, like, the title and thumbnail doesn't have anything to do with the video. Like, putting naked ladies in your thumbnail when your video is about stock markets is clickbait. Or saying in your title, how to make $1 million gold, and your video is about how to sell Peace Bloom. That's clickbait, I think. But, unless you're really selling 1 million Peace Blooms worth of gold. But I think that the clickbait has kind of come to mean sensational titles and thumbnails, and that's just part of, like, smart YouTube, honestly. Like, if you make a video and you want people to see it, it's just a fact of the universe that there are certain types of titles and thumbnails and whatever that people click on more often, and the reason people are doing these things is because they have data that backs it up. I can't hate a decision that's driven by data. Worst thing about bathing your cat is that the first sticks to your tongue. Oh, no. Doing the trial style now. There are definitely new Transmog rewards. Oh, really? Let's go back to Borlos and check out the vendor then. Because, like, if maybe they just hotfixed them in late. Because that would, or maybe they forgot to put them in. But they had them, but they just forgot to put them in. Let's go see. Have to head out. Have an awesome night. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for coming, Jill. I have 2 kitties, turned 18 in July. That's such an elderly kitty. They can still be speed bumps. Alright. What you got for me, Tezran? Oh, no, he's the wrong guy. Wasn't it like on a vendor? There was like a vendor. Let's go back to Stormwind. Maybe it was in the Stormwind one. I swear there was like a vendor. I thought the Transmog dude was the vendor. Let's go see. I know where it was in Stormwind anyways. It's not a bad thing if you deliver on the promise of your title and thumbnail. That's what I think. That's my opinion of it. Same ones. I don't remember seeing new Transmogs. The anti-aging advert that I would like to see is a baby covered in cream saying, I've used too much. Oh, man. Sometimes I worry about how strongly the narrative of anti-aging is pushed and like how wonderful we say it is when somebody looks like 20 years younger. I think that it's great to look healthy and to look like you take care of yourself. And that a lot of the things that like visually age you are also bad for you, like alcohol and not sleeping enough and not taking your makeup off at night. But, you know, I don't want people to like, I don't want to live in a world that doesn't like you after you get old, because we're all gonna get old. It's gonna happen to everybody. It's happening to me, it's happening to you, it's happening to Taylor Swift. We're all getting old eventually. And I would like to live in a world that, you know, still respects people and cares about their opinions and doesn't judge them for living their lives no matter how old they are. What am I doing? I'm in the wrong spot. I'm at the auction house just staring at it, wondering how I got here. There's a vendor in the instance? That's not how it worked last time. I don't want to do a whole nother trial style. Did they move it into the instance? It used to be, yeah, I would like to buy from you, and then it was this stuff here. There's the admirers. The Mind Direct stuff. Already known. There's nothing new in the vendor. If there is something new, maybe it's inside the instance, but like inside the instance they have like your tabards and stuff. But those are things that you've already unlocked. Taylor Swift will never grow old. Needs a Roomba that follows her cat with a webcam. My cat hates the vacuum. She hates it. The dog doesn't care. The dog couldn't care less, but the cat will not have the vacuum. She is under a couch or a bed or something. Maybe I should look there and see if she hid my chapstick under there. In any case, stream's done for today. Thank you guys very much for coming. There will be a vlog. It's not out yet. I still have to edit it, but there will be a vlog this evening, as well as probably a raid guide later, assuming I don't fall asleep. And then raid guides continuing throughout the weekend. Hopefully I'll have as many of them as I can get done before the raid comes out on Tuesday. Stay tuned for the official merch release launch reveal thing on Wednesday, September the 5th. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Thanks for coming, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.